I don't know. I'd say I'm reasonable.
Okay, that's completely unreasonable.
I'm reasonable.
I'm unreasonable.
You have no idea just how reasonable I have been.
Reasonable synonyms are sensible, rational, practical, fair, appropriate.
Fitting, suitable, logical.
All things I would definitely say describe me.
Do they describe you?
Welcome to I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson.
I'm reasonable.
What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another episode of I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson. I am Zainab Johnson. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, don't even talk about the elephant in the room. What time is it? But is it still Wednesday? On a scale from 1 to 10. On a scale from 1 to 10. Why did I say it in Spanish? And none of the other part of the sentence in Spanish. I'm not in a Spanish speaking country. I've not even encountered anyone that is a fluent Spanish speaker that I know of. Why? It doesn't matter. On a scale from 1 to 10. On a scale from 1 to 10. On a scale from Ice Cube telling people they do and don't got to vote for stuff. My friend sent me this. On a scale from... That's, you know what? Let me stop playing because it wouldn't even come out. On a scale from 1 to 10, how reasonable have we been this week? Okay, so this week on I'm Reasonable, what are we talking about? We're going to talk about Trump's obsession with women's aesthetics. And we're going to talk about being unaware of how or why a beef started with someone. But before we get into that, and I was looking at TMZ, so we might talk about, you want to talk about the siren in the background? So where I'm facing the main street. And for Vancouver to be so safe, it'd be a lot of sirens. Maybe that's why it's safe, because when they call 911, is it 911 in Canada? When they call 911, they be like on their way. Like, where y'all at? Oh, you know what? We was grabbing a Earl Grey tea from down the block. So we're going to be there in 2 minutes. Don't even worry about it. What? Before we get into the topics, let's talk about my shows. Let's talk about my live shows. First of all, announcement. I am dropping the Crowdwork show that I did. The Crowdwork show that I did. I taped an all Crowdwork show, and it will be available on YouTube September 17th. Now, I might release it exclusively on another platform a few days earlier. If I do, I will get that information to you guys. But it will be available for every single person that has YouTube access on September 17th, the full hour and however. I think it's like an hour and 5 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes, whatever. And it's funny. I've been watching it, and it's funny. So set your calendars, put a little note in your calendar to watch Zainab Johnson, The Crowdwork Show. Live from the Crow in Santa Monica, California. Set your alarms for September 17th. Live shows. Okay. I have to say this. I got to say this now because I've been getting a lot of messages, and I've gotten messages over the years, especially as my popularity rises. Do not buy any tickets to my shows from a third-party site. Only buy tickets to my shows directly from the venue or me. And y'all know I ain't selling no tickets directly from so only I include the links. Only follow when I am posting things. That's why I say the details to the tickets, the link to the tickets is in the details. I'm not saying that for no reason. I'm giving y'all the direct links. So I am not this is not breaking news. I've been saying this for weeks on every platform. I've been saying this since before I got to Vancouver. Because I am here filming, I had to cancel all of my September shows and one of my August shows. Chicago was canceled. That was August 22nd to the 24th. That was canceled. It's rescheduled, right? We're going to talk about it. I've had to cancel and reschedule Washington, D.C. I've had to cancel and reschedule St. Paul, Minnesota. I've had to cancel and reschedule Raleigh, North Carolina. If you are looking to go to those shows, they are no longer in September. Do not buy tickets from a third-party site. Even if I was still doing those shows, don't buy tickets from a third-party site, because I was just made aware of these third-party sites, one of them being eventtickets.com or eventsticketcenter.com. And my tickets are listed on that site for $115, $95. But the tickets are still available on the comedy club's website for $30, $25. Do not, even if a show is sold out, this is my advice to you guys. If you are in a city and you want to see me and the show is sold out, don't go to a third-party website that's charging triple, quadruple the amount of tickets. It's really not necessary. Show up at the door. I'm telling you, because people buy tickets. First of all, people buy tickets all the time and things come up, right? But also the third-party sites, they're buying tickets. They're buying tickets and then reselling them. So if nobody ever buys those resold tickets, guess what happens? Those seats are empty and available for you when you show up at the door. Also, worst case scenario, and I can't do this for 100 people, but I could do this for like 2 or 3 people. I come to a city and you missed the ticket and you like, Zainab, I really want to see you. Slide in my DMs. It's a comedy show. We here to have a good time. 1 or 2 or 3 tickets, 300 tickets helps me out. 200 tickets help me out. But because 300 people have already purchased tickets, I could finagle 1, 2, 3, 4 comp tickets. Don't be going. Not at this point. Not at this point. I'll let you guys know when we at the point where, oh, well, I told you guys to get them. Now you got to buy them for $200. We'll get to that point. We'll get to that point. But we're not there yet. But listen, let's walk the path that we are on, okay? We're not worried about a mile ahead of us because we're not there yet. We right here on the road. And right here on the road, buy my tickets directly from the comedy club, directly from the venue. And by that, I don't mean you got to show up at the venue. I mean you go directly. There is no venue that I am performing at this point in my career that does not have a website. And if I am doing the tickets myself, like if let's say it's not a traditional venue, then I will provide you guys with the exact link to click on. Okay. Now that we got that out the way, let's talk about where I will be. September 13th and 14th, the only shows I have in September, they will be in Bloomington, Indiana at Comedy Addict. Those tickets are available. The direct link to those tickets are in the details of this podcast. September 13th and 14th, Bloomington, Indiana. October 17th through the 19th, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. October 25th and 26th, Detroit, Michigan. November 8th and 9th, St. Paul, Minneapolis. Oh, that's why I said Minnesota. Is it Minneapolis or Minnesota? Minneapolis, the Twin City. It's Minnesota. Minnesota is the state. Forgive me, you guys. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yeah. St. Paul, yeah. I'll be there. November 8th and 9th. November 11th, I'll be in Amsterdam. November 14th, I'll be in Geneva, Switzerland. November 15th and 16th, I will be in Paris, France. We have officially added late shows. The early shows are sold out. We have officially added 2 late shows. So if you're in Paris and you missed out on the tickets before, now's your opportunity. Get those tickets for the 9 p.m. or 9:30 shows, okay? November 18th through the 23rd, I will be in London, England at Soho Theatre. November 29th through December 1st, I'll be in Ontario, California. December 4th, Austin, Texas. December 6th through the 8th, Houston, Texas. We reschedule Raleigh. We reschedule Raleigh. We reschedule Raleigh. We reschedule Raleigh. Raleigh is officially January 9th. January 9th. January 9th, that is a Thursday. January 9th, one night only, Raleigh, North Carolina. January 16th through the 18th, Washington, D.C. That's the 16th through the 18th of January, Washington, D.C. And we have Chicago now on February 21st through the 23rd. February 21st, 22nd, 23rd, Chicago. While I have you guys, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Go ahead. If you ain't subscribed yet, if you've watched 26 episodes and you ain't hit that subscribe button, what are we doing? What? Tell me what? What are we doing? If anybody knows what that's from, I didn't say the right words, some of them, but if you know what that melody is from, tell me what? If I could feel, from one of my favorite musicals in the world, although I don't be messing with musicals like that, The Wiz. Hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Share it if you like what you're hearing week to week. Definitely share it with somebody. Do not be a gatekeeper, okay? Because I'm a business that needs to grow. All right, so what's up with Z? What's up with me? Okay, so I can choose between two stories. I have a brunch story. I have a prefixed menu brunch story. How you give two people one egg? Or how about this? Because y'all know I'm in Vancouver. I say this all the time. I'm in Vancouver and I'm filming the 4th and final season of Upload. And I love that you guys hit me and was like, oh my God, I did not know about this, but now I'm hooked on the show. I love that. I love that you guys are watching. That's the beautiful thing about streaming, right? That like almost at any time you can access the shows, you know, like I just watched the show that was a hit show from like 2007 to like 2012. I just watched it for the first time in 2024. It doesn't matter. So I'm here filming Upload, and I'm kind of hesitant to talk about this because I have now been made aware that people that I work with watch this podcast. Sometimes you be trying to talk behind people's back, but it's really in their face by way of a camera phone. So yesterday I was on set. And I had a 5:30, was it yesterday? It was yesterday. I had a 5:30 pickup, 5:30 a.m. pickup. And so I got to set at 6 a.m. And I go into hair and makeup. And as you guys, I think you know, but as I said last week, like everybody's wonderful. Really, really wonderful. I went in with these fuzzy braids because yes, my hairstylist does tell me to wrap it and tie it down and it'll preserve it. And I did do that, but I'm one of those sleepers where it don't matter how much I tie down my hair. I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night and the scarf, the bonnet, the do-rag, the everything is on the other side of the room. Sometimes I wake up and it be in the kitchen and I be like, how did you get there? I sound like Deborah Cox. How did you get here? You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be on my head. But she still got the braids together. She going to do it over before I go in for the next whatever. Because, anywho, makeup gets me together. And I have maybe 4 or 5 scenes in the morning. And the day is going great. Great. I'm having a bunch of fun in the scenes, doing the scenes, working with, you know, the fellow actors, the cast. I'm having a great job. It's going, listen, I don't know if things are rushed, but I'm not feeling rushed. It's great. It's great. Then, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but because it's not really typical at most jobs, but like acting it is. So you can show up early and you can do a bunch of scenes and then you might have some breaks where you're not in those scenes, but you can't go home because you got more scenes after the scenes that you're not in. So I go to my trailer. I'm on a break. They shooting a few scenes that I'm not in, right? I go to my trailer. I start listening to podcasts. I start cutting together some stand-up videos. I start writing down. I have this film idea, so I started writing it down by hand because I realized I don't want to forget how to write. Anyway, so I start writing it down by hand, and like a few hours go by, and I'm like, dang, okay, so it's going on like 3 o'clock. And so I got to set at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I know I'm supposed to break for lunch like either 6 or 7 hours after I arrive at set, right? This is per union rules. So I come out my trailer. I start getting hungry, like noticeably hungry to myself. I come out the trailer. I see the person who is in charge of all of this. The person is in charge of letting me know where I'm supposed to be. And let me just tell you, when they be on me, they be on me. They be on me. It's part of their role, but they be on me. Just like they be on everybody else. That's the job description, right? It's the job. That's it. To make sure the people at where the people supposed to be. So I come outside. I see them. And I'm like, hey, did we not break for lunch yet? I don't even think we broke for lunch. My question was completely earnest. I wasn't being sarcastic or nothing. I was just hungry. I was like, I was about to go to Crafty. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you go to Crafty enough times. I'm not trying to fill up on small meals when I could just go to Gary and Gary, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I was calling you Greg. Gary, okay. I go to Gary at Rain City Caterers, right? And because they're our caterers, as I said, I go to Gary. I know that I could get food from Gary, so I don't want to go to Crafty if we're close to lunch, right? So I said, hey, did we not break for lunch yet? Like, is it not time? She gonna look at her watch and say, oh, yep, right now. Oh, yes, right now. I look over at catering. I look over where Gary's truck is, where Rain City Catering is. There's no line. Now, here's the problem with that. Here's the first indicator, you guys. I'm an actor on the show. I'm a series regular on the show. We usually eat kind of first. I hate to say it like that, but like there is kind of like a hierarchy on set. That's just the way it's done. Even when I be trying to be polite, like, but everybody been working hard. So when everybody hit that kind of like lunch line, it's like, yeah, this person just been holding the camera for 6 straight hours. This person just been doing a whole bunch of gaff. This person been hanging lights for 6 hours. I just been having fun in this scene. So I try to be polite. Like, no, you could go ahead. They're never going to let it happen. No. You go to the front. So I look over at the Rain City catering truck. It ain't nobody there, right? I look at not only is it nobody there, the trays is gone. Catering is dim. They're closing up. I stop in my tracks. I look at the person whose job it was to let me know that we was on lunch, to come to my trailer and say, hey, Zainab, it's lunchtime. I'm breaking you for lunch. And then when I get back to my trailer, they'll tell me how much time when I come back from lunch. That person's job, right? I turn and I look at them and I said, wait a second. Did somebody mess up? Did you mess up and you're not saying it? And then they drop their arms and go, yeah, it was me. I messed up. I forgot. And y'all, I try to have a grasp on this, the whole point of this podcast. In every moment, I be like, Zainab, be as reasonable as possible. Be as reasonable as possible. Yo, I was so mad, y'all. And something happens to me specifically. I don't know what about it is. When you try and play in my face, it's so off-putting. When somebody tries to play in my face, it's so off-putting. I think I do. Maybe I gotta like unpack this with a therapist or something like that. But here's the thing. If I don't know something, cool. But if I'm ever in a situation and I realize somebody trying to play me for dumb or for a fool, I feel so disrespected. I think I feel more disrespected than if somebody was to like call me out my name or something like that. Like to maybe do like a slur or like a swear word or a curse word. I think I feel more disrespected when people try to play with my intelligence. And not even like, oh, book smarts, but just like, wait, you trying to make me think the sun don't shine? Do you get what I'm saying? I have a very hard time with that. So the thing that pissed me off in the moment is that if I didn't say anything, if I was one of those passive people, and I be trying to be more passive. I be trying to be like, you know what? It's good. I'm fine. It's fine. It's good. I try, but it's very, very hard for me because I don't know. I just like when things are up front. I don't know. I truly don't really believe that the truth be hurting. I think it can be difficult and uncomfortable sometimes, but I don't feel like overall it hurts, right? But when I realized that person was just going to lie to me, let me walk all the way to Rain City Caterers, find, which is what I found. And then y'all know I'm already picky. So now you trying to make me eat behind hundreds of people that have already eaten. You trying to make me eat like. So y'all know, the moment they own up to it, because I forced them to, that's the problem for me. I had to say it. I had to stop and look you dead in your face and be like, wait. Somebody's not telling the truth. That bothered me so much. Now y'all know I go kind of, I hate to describe myself like this, but I go kind of dead behind the eyes. I just be like, and I don't be wanting no parts of the person. So now, remember y'all, after I eat, this is how much the caterers was packing up. The lady who does the salads, she had to go in the truck and salvage some mixed greens for me. Let me tell you, if I was the person in that position, the moment one of my actors came out and said, and I realized, damn, I forgot to break that actor for lunch. That actor has been here since 6 o'clock in the morning. That actor has been here since 6 o'clock in the morning. Not only has she been here since 6 o'clock in the morning, she still got more scenes, and she gonna be here the next day and the next day and the next day. So I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna be so apologetic. First, I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna acknowledge it. I'm gonna be profusely apologetic, and then I'm gonna make it right. Even if I gotta go in my own pocket, I'm so sorry, Zainab. I don't know. Yo, I dropped the ball. Can I order you something? Let me talk to production. Let me hit the AD and see if we could order you something. Let me make sure. Let me go over to Gary at Rain City and see if he could whip you up something. Even if I got to go into my own pocket and be like, I'll order you, like we got. They hit me with the, oh yeah, right now. And guess what? You want to know what's so unreasonable about me? Now we enemies forever. We not, but now I got the side eye. And then never once came to me and really owned it. Now they just tiptoeing around me, scared. Now they can't even call me to set with the vigor that they normally call me to set because they so scared because they messed up. And here's the thing. Everybody messes up. Everybody makes mistakes. There's no harm in that. But you gotta own Did we break for lunch yet? Oh yeah, girl, right now. 90 minutes after everybody else done broke for lunch. Forever. I don't know if that makes me unreasonable. Y'all let me know. But I don't really like when people play in my face. I gotta be honest. I'm fine with missing lunch. I'm fine with being hungry. I'm fine with the caterers having to run in the back and salvage some salad for me. I'm fine with all of that. But you playing in my face? You're not even going to tell the truth? You're not even going to tell the truth and apologize? I gotta be the aggressor. I gotta be the person to turn to. Yo, I literally, physically, you guys stopped in my tracks. I said, I narrated it as it. Y'all know me. I narrated it as it happened. I said, wait. Did you mess up and are not saying it? Other than that, it was a fantastic day. And I had my kombucha, so it was a fantastic day. But that forever side eye. I'm so sorry. Forever side eye. Cause I don't know. The fact I don't like it. Anywho. Let me know if my forever side eye is unreasonable. Y'all probably gonna say it is, and I'll hear y'all out. I'm really genuinely asking. Yeah, let me know. All right, so main topic time. Where we at? Every time I go into tape, I'll be like, this is about to be a short episode. And it never is. All right, Trump. I said we was going to talk about Trump and his obsession with the way women look specifically, right? So let me just get this out here because this really ain't even got nothing to do with politics. And I love the bots that comment. I love the people that be like, oh yeah, I love people who give their political opinions. I love people who give the most what's the right word? I love people that give the most ineffective trolly political opinions. Like I love I would love for someone to make great arguments and for me to be like, you've made a great point and blase, blase, blah. But whatever, it don't matter. I understand the bots, the trolls, all of those things. And I understand that people just kind of like dysfunction and discourse and all of that. So I'm going to say this up top. I'm not a fan of Trump. It ain't got nothing to do with him running for president or being a former president. I ain't never. Only thing I ever liked about Trump was the hotel. Only thing. And apparently them ain't even his. He just leased his name. You know what I'm saying? Which listen, I can't take that away from him. I'm not a fan of Trump. I will not be voting for Trump. I do not think he is smart. I do not think he is cool. I do not think he is nice. I do not think he is a good leader. I don't think he is honest. I don't think none of those things about him. But this ain't even about that. What is up with his obsession? He cannot talk about a woman without first qualifying what she looks like. Or is it quantifying? Talking about how good or how not good she looks. Like he cannot do it. He cannot, like his marker for how valuable a woman is in this world is simply based on whether he finds her attractive or not. Even if she agrees with him, it is simply based on how attractive he finds her or unattractive he finds her. So I saw this article, and not this article, but apparently the NFL quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, has a wife. I don't know their name. I don't know what team he played for. I'm not going to know. I'm not going to know. Put it in the comments if you want me to know. I'm probably not going to remember it. I believe they won a Super Bowl. I don't know who played. Apparently his wife, Patrick Mahomes, that guy, I know his name is Mahomes, but I like saying Mahomes. His wife, I guess, made some statements that were in support, seeming like she was endorsing or in support or, expressing her support for Trump, that she was going to vote for him, which she has every right to do that. I don't have a judgment on that. I don't think she's a bad person or a good person. I don't care nothing about that. That is her right to choose a candidate and vote for them, right? And so apparently she has made it public that her choice is Donald Trump. Totally fine. He decides to go on Twitter and put a statement thanking her, which is also totally fine. I would thank people too if they said that they were publicly voting for me, especially if I was in the water feeling like I was drowning, right? So he thanks her on Twitter, and the first thing he says is, let me read it. Let me read it exactly. Did I screenshot this? Oh, I thought I did. I guess I didn't. He said, here, let me go to TMZ. Let me go to TMZ, because I was on TMZ anyway. Look here on TMZ, Liz Cheney, Kamala's got my vote, right? I was like, who is Liz Cheney? Like, any relation to Dick Cheney? And of course, not of course, I just recognize the last name, but I don't know nothing about Dick Cheney except he shot that person and got away with it, right? When they was hunting, he claimed to whatever. And so I was like, who is Liz Cheney? And then I had to look it up, and I was like, but is she related to, like, is she the wife of Dick Cheney? And I Googled it, and don't you know, the first couple of things that come up they say who her kids are and who her grandparents are, but not who her parents are. I'm like, it should not take me 3 Google searches. It should not take me 3 clicks for that to be overt information. Anyway, apparently Kamala's got her vote, and she's Republican. And Jamie Foxx is, now I'm just on TMZ. Jamie Foxx doing a one-man show. He going to talk about his health scare. I would love to see a one-man show. I don't care what he talking about from Jamie Foxx. I don't care if he talk about his health care or something else. Jamie Foxx is so entertaining, and he's just such a dynamic performer. I would love to see Jamie Foxx live. I would absolutely love that. Let's see. So many things have happened. Last time I looked at TMZ. Ooh, Justin Biebs. Daddy needs some new music. Collabing with MKG. Justin Bieber, he gotta get rid of this sheriff mustache. It's looking real Reno 911. He got to get rid of the, I know he's a dad now or about to be a dad. He got to let go of this mustache with no other facial hair. I love you, Biebs Just. I do, but no. This is not going to work. I'm trying to get this exact quote from Trump, but I might not find it. It might be too deep for me to. Okay, got it. So Donald Trump said, I want to thank beautiful Brittany Mahomes. If she wasn't beautiful, would you not have thanked her? Why did he have to say that? I want to thank beautiful. He didn't even say the beautiful. I want to thank beautiful Brit. I could just hear him saying it. For so strongly defending me. Shut your ass up, which is fine. All of the rest of it could have been true. But why did you have to say beautiful? I'm not even commenting, you guys. Don't get confused. I'm not even commenting. I'm not even giving my opinion on if this lady is beautiful or not. I don't know what this lady looked like. Why did he have to say it? Why did he have to say it? If you think about, like, remember Kamala, like a couple of weeks ago, she was on the cover of Time magazine, and they asked him what he thought about Kamala being on the cover. Immediately, he said, I want to thank beautiful Brittany Mahomes. If she wasn't beautiful, would you not have thanked her? Why did he have to say that? I want to thank beautiful Brittany Mahomes. If she wasn't beautiful, would you not have thanked her? She's a good-looking woman. That's not why she's on the cover of Time magazine. She's on the cover of Time magazine because she is the first black woman. She is the first woman of color. Y'all call her whatever y'all want to call her. Jamaican, black, Indian, whatever you feel right with. She is the first woman of color to be the DNC nominee for the presidency of the United States. That's why she is on the Time cover. Oh, she's a good-looking woman. Kind of like the great First Lady. Who he about to say? I know he not about to say Melania. And I ain't got no problem with him calling Melania attractive. That's his wife. I don't even think Melania is unattractive. However, the great First Lady, he got his adjectives all messed up. He really do got his adjectives all messed up. She's good looking, but I think I'm better looking. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I hate that he's so funny. Y'all see when I said I'm not a fan, he's not smart, he's not cool, he's not nice, he's not a good leader, all of that. You notice how I did not say he's not funny? Because he is so funny. Unintentionally, I think, but he is so funny. She's good looking, like the great First Lady, Melania. But she's not better than me. I think I'm better looking. Netflix, give him an hour of comedy. Matt Rife presents Donald Trump. He's hilarious. Give him... I found this article. It has all the things that Trump has ever said about anytime he has ever publicly spoken about a woman. I couldn't go through. I'm going to put the link. I always say I'm going to put the link in the podcast. And I don't be putting the links. He said there's so many throughout the years, right? He said he called Stormy Daniels horse face. Bruh, just did you do it or did you not? Horse face is not helping. If anybody ever says, hi, did you, not hi, because we're not approaching sexual assault like that, right? The Stormy Daniels case wasn't sexual assault. Don't conflate what I'm saying, please. Let me clear that up. But if anybody is ever like, hey, did you sleep with this person? They ain't even good looking. If that's the first answer, it ain't gonna be right. You want to know why? Because we have all probably or will in our lifetime sleep with someone who ain't really good looking. Because the marker of what attracts us to people, most of us, if we have any sense at all, if we are reasonable at all, ain't just based in whether they're good looking or not. Sometimes they're such an exceptional person. They so cool. They so funny. That makes them whatever. He called Stormy Daniels horseface. Period. That was the start, middle, and end of the sentence. Just horseface. He a wild boy. He called the First Lady of France. I don't even know who she is. They said, how you feel about the First Lady of France? And he was like, she's beautiful. Beautiful lady. Somebody give him a research team. He has to say something else about women. What was the lady who I believe she ran, maybe she's a politician now, but she used to be like the CEO of like Hewlett Packard. He said, and I'm gonna quote this because he had it in for her. He said, and I quote, "Look at that face. Would anybody vote for that? Can you imagine that face as our next president?" Then he goes on to say, I mean, she's a woman and I'm not supposed to say bad things, but really, folks, come on, let's be serious. You know what's crazy about that? How many presidents we've had so far? 40. We ain't even got to the 50th president, right? We on 47 or something like that. Right? We in the 40. We in the high 40s, right? Tell me a president who was fine. I get it. JFK was good looking for president. Obama, good looking for president. Obama was good looking. JFK was good looking. But I mean, exponentially more so because they're president, right? I guess some people was feeling Clinton, Bill, William. Maybe two people was feeling George W. Name me a fine ass president. It's certainly not Donald Trump. He said Ariana Huffington from Huffington Post. He said Ariana Huffington was unattractive both inside and out. She got a whole publication. You don't got nothing to say about the words that she has written for damn near 2 decades. You don't got nothing. She's unattractive both inside and out. Sir, do you not he said it's a woman. Let me see what she looks like. No, but she said this, she did this, she's doing this, she's done this. I don't care. Let me see what she looks like. Let's not forget. Oh, the things that he said about Rosie O'Donnell. Oh, he dragged Rosie O'Donnell through the mud. He found every way to call Rosie O'Donnell fat. He was out there sounding like Don King. He had 92 different synonyms for the same insult. I'm not saying he can't have his opinions. I'm not even saying he can't be sexist. I ain't even saying he can't be sexist, y'all. I'm just saying, is there not someone on his team? Matter of fact, I know there's someone on his team, but he don't care because he don't be reading from them teleprompters. He start out the first sentence from the teleprompters, and then he be like, she's ugly. She's ugly. I look better. And the wildest thing is he's so unattractive. That's what's wild. And any of y'all, if you put in the comments, Donald Trump is fine. Can you imagine if every time he talked about a man, he called up, like he talked about their looks? Barack, he's a beautiful man, but check his birth certificate. Biden, he's tall, he's handsome, older than me. So who knows? Does his dick work? I don't know. I wish I could do a Trump impression. Also, as I said before, does he not know how unattractive he is? I don't know. It's one thing to whatever. I actually like a person that's not hot, like they know they not attractive, but they still got confidence, because nothing says that you got to be unattractive and lacking confidence, right? I be liking those people. Like, you unattractive, but you still got the confidence of like a Brad Pitt or Idris Elba. I kind of be fascinated low key by that type of person. Because so many attractive people be having low self-esteem. So I'd be really, fascinated by the person that be like dog ugly. Male or female or non-gender binary, whatever. Dog ugly. But they be like, better than, yup. But I love myself and you will too. I'd be like, that is so great. I love that for them. I'm inspired. I need to boost my self-esteem. But if you dead ass ugly, you know everybody that you've ever spoken about is better looking than you, and you still talking about they ugly, that's nasty work. In the words of a New York boy, that's nasty work. That's nasty work. All right, next story. Y'all want to know what's crazy? I went looking for that thing. It's right in my notes. I went looking for his tweet. It's right in my notes. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about actually was I've thought about this a few times, in the past, but I just saw some news from Megan Thee Stallion and it brought it up for me again. So Megan Thee Stallion, she was on a new cover. She has a new cover interview with Billboard magazine. She looks great, as she always does. So congrats to her on the cover and the interview, and also looking great. Trump, butt's too big for me, but the blacks love her. So anyway, in the interview, I guess she was asked about her beef with Nicki Minaj, and she said that she doesn't really know how it started. She doesn't know how it started. She doesn't know what it stemmed from, what's it about, which I totally understand. Like, that happens, right? Like, last time I saw them, I felt like they were being cordial to each other, making appearances on each other's music tracks. And then out of nowhere, I heard hiss. And then all the blogs were like, oh, she's talking about Nicki Minaj. And I was like, wait, I thought they was just having a hot girl summer together. What happened? And then Nicki Minaj responded, and now it's just a bunch of fighting words, right? And I do think that happens, like in life, like you just end up like not liking somebody or having a beef with somebody. And when you think about it, you like, dang, I don't even know why we beefing. And that's different than like you are beefing with somebody, but so much time has passed that you can't even really remember. And sometimes we go back to that person, right? We go back to that relationship in whatever context that relationship is in. We might revisit it because it's like, I guess it wasn't that important. But 9 times out of 10, that thing will resurface, even if it resurfaces in a different way, right? So my question is, when I was reading that, I was like, all right, well, if you genuinely don't know how the beef started with you and Nicki Minaj, and I'm not absolving Nicki Minaj of her accountability in this, right? I'm not trying to say, oh, Megan, be better. It's both of them, right? If you don't really know why you beefing with somebody, then why throw shots at them in your music? Why not say exactly that in your music? Megan, in an article, this is the article quoted her as saying, I still to this day don't know what the problem is. Why not say that in the music? Why not just say that in a line instead of saying things that are attacks, which will obviously get you to be attacked back by her, which is what she did, however good or not good they were. Why not just say the truth? You can rhyme this with something. I still to this day don't know what the problem is. That is such a reasonable thing to say versus, you know what I'm saying? They not mad at me. They mad at Megan's Law, which points to her husband and his sexual assault allegations, right? So that's like a direct shot. And it's fine. It's fine to take that shot if you know why you're taking the shot, right? But if you don't know why you're taking that shot, then why not just say, why not just put that in the song? I still to this day don't know what the problem is. I still to this day don't know what the problem is. That puts it all on her anyway. And then now we move on to the next bar, right? She says, I don't even know what could be reconciled because I, to this day, don't know what the problem is. I'm not even saying you got to find out what the problem is. I don't know. Maybe she couldn't get Nicki on the phone. I don't know. But I'm just saying, isn't it, you guys let me know in the comments, wouldn't it be like more reasonable? And I know that a certain part of hip hop, a certain aspect of hip hop is beef, right? I know that drives music, it drives fans. It's a certain amount of energy that moves artists forward. But if there really is no issue on your side and you have no idea what the issue is, why not hit them with the, wait, I don't know about no issue. What's the issue? And then let them tell you what the issue is. And then you could be like, all right, well, that's crazy that you're talking like that because didn't you marry a rapist? But I mean, say, like, I don't know what's happening first. tell me what you guys think. Okay, so let's move on to Ask Z because now we have 50 minutes. I actually had something else to add, a story about it, but I could find another way to entertain y'all with this story. Let me know if my proposal of Megan Thee Stallion saying she don't know what the problem is in a song versus adding to the problem. Let me know if y'all think that's reasonable or not. Okay, so I watched this TikTok, Ask Z. I watched this TikTok. So my Ask Z is coming from a TikTok. I watched this TikTok and this girl tells a story. She's a hairdresser and she tells a story about a client that she had to cancel. Let's actually watch it. Let's watch it together. But I gotta find it. I thought I was more prepared than this, you guys. Bum, bum, bum. I do have it. Let's watch it together. Okay. Oh, it's about 3 minutes. We're going to let her have the 3 minutes.
Am I the asshole for canceling my client's appointment the same day, matter of fact, an hour before she was supposed to show up? Let's get into it. Now, yes, I'm one of those hairstylists that has a booking site, and keep your judgment. There is a box on my website that says, and it's mandatory to answer, you can't skim over it, are you traveling? There's a reason for this. Now, I know that when people travel, lots of things happen. And to avoid any of those situations, I've learned, let them click a box that says, are they traveling? Because what I do is I block off the entire day, especially if people are coming in from international flights or even flights out of state, because the airline's been crazy. Y'all seen those reports. The airline's been crazy. So I want to make sure I have time to do their hair. There's not even any late fees because I know they're traveling and things happen. Things get delayed. So I don't want any clients behind that person have to wait hours and hours. Who's doing that? Don't want to deal with a skew of angry clients for the day. So I block off that day specifically for that client that is traveling. So she did not check this box. It is an hour before appointment time and she texts me and she's like, hey, I hope you're awake. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? Let me see what's going on. Maybe they're going to be late, whatever it is, right? And mind you, I have 3 other appointments scheduled for the day. The message goes, hey, my flight is really, really delayed and I was wondering how late we can start our appointment. And I said, oh, I wasn't aware that you were traveling. I'm sorry for the face, but it's like burning my insides, right? So I'm like, sorry, I didn't know that you were traveling because I have other appointments scheduled for the day. And the message was like, oh yeah, I just didn't want it to be an inconvenience. Even if you have to start them and then come back to me or something, I'm cool with that. That's not how my schedule works. I wish it was like that I had enough space to accommodate more people. So what are we going to do? I said, we're going to have to cancel. I was like, are you on the plane and it's delayed? Or, and there's something going on, or you haven't got on the plane yet. Let's see what we can do. If you want to reschedule, I'll work with you. There'll be obviously there's no extra fees. What else did I offer? I offered her if she wanted, because she paid everything in full. What I will do is ship you the extensions and then take out the balance of what the extensions cost and give you back the balance of, take out the balance of the extensions and give you back whatever's left over. Does that make sense? Right. So she'll pay for the extensions as if it was a regular online order or something. I mean, I have a special event planned and I wasn't expecting this. And I said, well, honestly, I understand how you feel because I wasn't expecting this either. To avoid these type of situations, this is why I've been in this situation before where and I took the people because, I felt bad where they traveled, their flight was delayed, and then I ended up working till 1 a.m. in the morning, and the people that were behind them were still, upset that their appointments were late. To avoid that, this is why it's there. Are you traveling internationally or from out of state? Listen, I had to get my tea. I come from a West Indian family. We have to have our tea in the morning. It's too early in the morning for this drama. Too early. Anyhow, she says, shipping the hair isn't going to work. This shipping the hair and a partial refund isn't going to work. You should give me the hair and send back a full refund. And, well, I can give you a full refund. You're right, but there's no hair involved. That's how it works. That's just how it works. Well, just so you guys know, this happened a few months ago. Now I get a message about not refunding, but paying for her flight that she had to cancel. After she was fully refunded. Am I the asshole? Let me know. Get my tea.
So she didn't ask Z directly, but I watched the whole thing. So first let me shout, what is this user's name? Olif Hari Olifahri _naturals. So shout out to her. But I just watched the whole thing because she started off with like, y'all, am I an asshole? And so I'm like, let me listen and see if you an asshole. And the whole thing, y'all let me know what y'all think if she's an asshole. I prefer to say unreasonable or not. But no. Yo, the whole thing seemed reasonable, right? Like, okay, yeah, that's actually really nice of you to, if somebody is, if you offer them I don't know, I imagine because she has locks that she does locks. I think she said it too, but for the most part, when it be a person is, usually the locticians be having locks, right? They're like specialists. That's what they do. That's what they know. The people book them, right? But that is really generous of her, in my opinion. If somebody is traveling to block off the entire day for them to accommodate any sort of flight trouble, that's pretty nice. So then for the girl to not choose that box, that's crazy. To not choose that box and then hit her an hour before, and you flying in from somewhere else. You know you flying in from somewhere else, and you don't, like, I would have been so happy to see that. Like, are you flying in? I would have been so happy to see that, because I would have felt when I get so scared to travel like across states for a hair appointment, because I am so afraid to deal with the bullshit. And I done got on a flight. I done flew from LA to Atlanta, and you try to hit me with the bullshit that I be hearing from some of these people on TikTok trying to get their hair done, and the people on, you know what I'm saying? And like, I'm gonna be very honest with you. The stories that I hear in regards to hair from Black women is so traumatizing. From women of color, it is so traumatizing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really know what came first, the chicken or the egg. I don't know who's the problem, the client or the stylist. Cause I see trauma from both. Ain't a day go by where I don't see somebody trying to run out without paying after somebody done did their hair. Or somebody calling talking about it's an hour before the appointment, hey, my flight is delayed. My flight is 5 hours delayed. When did you find out? Also, I asked you, right? I asked you, are you flying in? Are you traveling? It's for a reason. But then also, it'd be so many. It'd be the bullshit on the stylist thing too. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be there. Oh, I ain't get the hair. I know I told you to order the hair in advance because you wanted a special color, but I ain't do it. So can you use this? I never condone like fighting or something, but there be certain situations where you like, there's nothing else to do but punch this person in the face, which is so unreasonable. It's such an unreasonable place to go. But sometimes I watch the stories and I be like, there's nothing you could do but get these hands. There's nothing. So this girl, I feel like if this stylist is telling the full truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, then this client is bugging, especially when she gave you that option. And then you talking about, I don't mind doing it. Honey, your flight is 5 hours delayed. It's an hour. So that means you 6 hours later in the schedule. What do you think this is? And that means you want me in between clients where I'm going to grab a bite to eat. Maybe I'm going to check on my kids. Maybe I got to run to the post, or whatever. Or maybe I only got 10 minutes to just sit down so I don't get goddamn veins in my legs from standing all day, or I have back problems. And you want me to do your hair? But here's the thing. Here's the thing, y'all. That ain't even the most unreasonable part. The most unreasonable part is at the very end. The very end. No, girl, you are not an asshole. You refunded them fully. As much as the cancellation was their fault, you refunded them fully. And then months later, they talking about, I want you to reimburse me for my flight. Not only are you not getting reimbursed for your flight, you will never, it's like on Instagram, I have to block you and I have to block every profile you try to make coming from this email address. There's no way in the world our paths should ever cross. My fingers will never touch a lock in your head. Get up out of here. Y'all let me know what y'all think. That's it for today. This is I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, you guys, be as reasonable as possible. Even if sometimes I ain't showing up being that reasonable, I still need y'all to be reasonable, okay? Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you guys next week. I don't know what time, but best believe it's going to be a Wednesday, I think. But sometime next week, I'll see y'all, okay? Bye.